Children, welcome to class 4 EVS. Children, till now we have done chapters 1 to 8, but children, before going to chapter 9, we will revise chapters 1 to 8 once again, as many of you have joined very late and you are finding it difficult to understand the chapters which were taught in the beginning. So from today we will revise all the chapters one by one, and then we will move to chapter 9. So today we are going to start chapter. Children, do your toys move on their own? Do your doll need a food to eat? Do your doll give birth to a same kind of doll as it is? Do your car toy move on its own? Do your doll breathe like you? So children, what do you say? Yes or no? No. So children, if you look around yourself, you will find many things all around. And children, as we know, this world is very beautiful. When we see around ourselves, we find different types of things which really surprise all of us. When we see around us this beautiful nature, we can't even imagine how all these have originated. So children, the world is very beautiful. There are many beautiful flowers, animals, birds, insects, or people. If you look around yourself, you will find your friends, you will find your family members, you will find your pets. So children, all these are nothing but living things. Why these are living things? Your pet. First of all, we'll talk about your pet, the one which you have in your house, and it is the most loving to you. So children, do your pet, suppose you have a pet that is dog. Your dog, does your dog eat food? Does your dog show growth? Does your dog breathe? Does your dog move on its own? You will say yes. But children, whatever I asked in the beginning, all about your toys, all about few things which you have around yourself, does they breathe? No. I asked you, does your toy car move on its own? Does your doll eat food? Does your doll give birth to another doll of its own kind? Does your car toy move on its own? No. So children, all these are non-living. Flowers, plants, animals, or your pet, or your family members and your friends, all these can breathe. All these need food. All these show growth and development. All these can produce their young ones or the one of their own kind. So they are called living. They are, as they are alive, they are living. But all those things with which you play do not need food to eat. They do not breathe. They can't move on its own. So children, there are two categories in which all the things around us are divided. So in this chapter, children, we are going to read about living and non-living. Living things are one which are alive. Non-living things are one which are not alive. For example, if you look around yourself, other than living things, you will find many more things which are not alive. For example, sun, moon, stars, house, river, water, or a building, a vehicle. All these things are not alive, so they are called non-living. So children, let us see what are living and what are non-living and why they are called living or non-living. So children, here we have a picture. Let us see the picture. In this picture, we can see so many things. What all we can see, children? We can see a boy, a girl, a butterfly, trees. There are two trees, a boy, a girl, a butterfly, some bushes, or we can say plants. So all these are living. Why all these are living? Because they show growth, they show movement, they need food to eat, they breathe. So children, these are the things which are living as they are alive. So children, in another picture, there is another picture. Here we can see some more things. In this picture we can see a bird, a tree, a ball, a girl, a boy, a bench, and here some more trees and some more plants. Now children, here are, we can say, the things which are alive. What are alive? The things which are alive. For example, this bird can breathe. This girl can breathe. This boy can breathe. This bird needs to eat food. This bird can give birth to another bird. These boy and girl also show all the characteristics which are shown by all other living things. So all these are living. What are living, children? A bird is a living. A boy is a living. A girl is a living. These plants are living. These plants are also living. This tree is a living, and the flowers shown in the picture are also living. So here we have a table. Look at the picture and write. So all what all are living and non-living, we are going to write in this box. Children, living, a boy. Boy is a living. Then girl is also a living. Then tree is also a living. Flower is also a living. Whereas ball, bench, land, or you can say soil, or sky, all these are non-living. Why, children? Do the boy breathe and eat food? Yes, the boy breathe and eat food. So they are living. Do the girl eat food and breathe? Yes, the girl eat food and breathe. So they are living. The tree. But children, how can be a tree living? It doesn't move from one place to another. Yes, but it shows growth. It shows growth. It needs food and also it makes its own food. Children, tree is the only living thing which prepare its own food, and all other living beings such as plants and animals both depend upon tree. So even though trees do not show any kind of movement, but of course they move their parts. For example, they move their leaves, they move their branches, even their fruits also move, but all other things such as they breathe, they need food, they prepare food, all these characteristics are shown by trees. Therefore trees are also living. Now flowers are also living. These ball doesn't breathe, neither they need food to eat, nor they show movement. They move, but unless or until you touch them or apply some force on them, they will not move. So they move through somebody else. So these balls are non-living. And then the bench is another non-living thing which do not show growth, or which do not need food, or which do not move from one place to another. So these are also non-living. So children, by now you have understood what are living and what are not. Children, as we can see in the picture, there are various things which are living and non-living. For example, a ball, a bench, sky, soil, all these are non-living. But children, as I told you, living things are always natural. What do you mean by natural? Natural is something which we get from nature. But here in non-living things, it can be natural as well as man-made. For example, if you talk about river, mountain, sky, stars, sun, earth, all these are natural. Children, as per the name indicates, natural means something which we get from nature. And another type of living things are man-made. For example, children, bench, ball, or your toys, or house, or a building, vehicles, all these are also non-living, but they are unnatural. As we know, the things which we get from nature are called natural, and things which are made by man are man-made. So children, living things can only be natural, whereas non-living things can be natural as well as man-made. So living things are only natural. What are living things? Mainly, living things are divided into two groups. One is plant and the other is animal. Other than plants, all the creatures comes in animals. So children, we have two categories in living things. The things which breed, the things which breathe, or breed means reproduce. The things which need food, the things which breathe, the things which show growth, the things which move, and the things which reproduce, the most important thing. These are the characteristics shown by living things. So children, living things are mainly categorized into two groups. One is the plants and the other is animals. Now children, another thing, living things. As I told you, plants and animals. In animals, human beings and other animals. Plants are the one which prepare their own food, and all other living things such as animals and human beings depend upon these plants for their food. So children, plants and animal both are living things, but only plants can prepare their own food. All other living things depends on these plants for their food, whereas non-living things, as we know, does not require all these things. So children, here in this chapter we are going to read about two things. One is living, another is non-living. Children, the whole world, whatever exists in the world, is divided into two groups. One is living and the other is non-living. So children, our chapter is chapter 1, living and non-living. Today in this chapter we are going to read about living things and non-living things. As I told you, as the name indicates, living means the things which are alive. Non-living things are those which are not alive, means the things which do not feel. Living things are something which feel, whereas non-living things are something which do not feel. So children, living things are the things which are alive, whereas non-living things are those things which are not alive. So in this chapter we are going to read about living and non-living. What are living and what are non-living. Then we'll be reading about the differences between living and non-living. How something can be differentiated into living, how things can be differentiated into living and non-living. So we will be reading about the characteristic of living and non-living. Now children, so in the chapter, as we know, this world is very beautiful. We can see many things around us. Some are alive and some are not alive. The things which are alive are called as living things. Living things can be only natural. So the living things are natural things, whereas non-living things can be natural as well as man-made. Children, living things, some examples of living things are, or the examples of living things are plants, animals. Plants and animals. Plants are the one which can prepare their own food. And animals, children, human beings also come under animals. So the human beings and the other animals depend on the plants for their food. So children, living things can only be natural, whereas non-living things can be natural as well as man-made. So they are called living things are natural, non-living things can be natural as well as man-made. So they are also known as man-made things. Now, children, some example of living things are boys, girls, all the animals, all the plants. Whereas in case of non-living things, natural thing can be soil, mountain, water, river, sky, stars, moon or sun. Whereas man-made things can be TV, chair, table, computer, and all those things which can be found around us which are not alive comes under non-living things. So children, now we have understood very well about living and non-living. So living things are the things which show certain characters and they are alive, whereas non-living things, so children, living things can move, grow, eat and drink, reproduce and breathe. So children, here are some living things which show the following characteristics. They can move, they can grow, they can eat and drink, reproduce and breathe. These are the characteristics shown by living things. Now children, these are the characteristics shown by non-living things. Do not move on their own. They do not move on their own, do not grow, do not need food and water, do not reproduce and do not breathe. So children, we are going to read in detail all these characteristics shown by living and non-living. So children, living things need food. As I told you, there are some characteristics shown by living things. So we will be reading these characteristics one by one. First is living things need food. All living things need food to live. Children, as we know, all the living things do some work. Whether you are a student or an adult, whether you go to school or you go to office, you need to do some work. Or if your mother, even your mother, she doesn't go to the office or out to work, but she also need energy to do lot of work. She also does all the household works. For that she needs lot of energy. So children, we need food to do daily chores or the work from morning till night. So children, all of us do work, whether it is the work of office, school or household work or any other type of work done by us. To do all these works, we need to eat food. So children, food provides us energy to do work and also helps it to grow. In order to keep us fit and healthy, we need to eat. Children, not only to do work, not only to get energy, but also our body should be kept fit and healthy. For that we need to eat food. Now, food helps us to stay fit and healthy. As we know, this is the food which helps in keeping fit and healthy, and also it protects us from various diseases. So children, in order to protect our body from getting sick or from getting different types of diseases, we need to eat different types of food to get energy, to keep our body fit and healthy, and also help our body protect from diseases. So children, human beings and animal cannot make their own food. As I told you, animals and human beings cannot prepare their own food. That is why they depend on the plant. They completely depends on the plant for their food. As we know, plants prepare their own food. It uses some part of the food, and others are stored at different parts of the plant in the form of food. In some cases, the food is stored in leaves, and that leaves are eaten by man. In some plants, food are stored in the form of fruit, flower, root, stem, or other part of the plant. So these are the plants which provide us food which we eat. So children, plants are the one which make their own food, and they also use some part of the food for their growth, and remaining part of the food are used by different plants and animals and human beings. So children, how these plants prepare their food? These plants prepare their food on the leaf. Children, the process by which plants prepare their food are called photosynthesis. So children, these plants prepare their food on their leaves. Green plants make their own food with the help of sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide in the presence of chlorophyll. Children, what is chlorophyll? Chlorophyll is a green pigment present on leaves. So children, chlorophyll is the green pigment which are present in the leaf. These are the pigments which help these plants to prepare their food. So children, here is the picture of a leaf. So this leaf has small green pigment. These are called green colored pigments which help chlorophyll. These are the green colored pigment because of which the leaf of the color is green. So children, this green colored pigment present at the surface of the leaf helps in trapping the sunlight. So in this way, these help in trapping the sunlight, and water is taken from the roots. The water and minerals are absorbed from the root. In presence of sunlight, water, chlorophyll, and carbon dioxide, CO2, carbon dioxide, the leaf prepares its food, and the whole process of preparing food is called photosynthesis. Photosynthesis. So children, plants are the one which prepare their own food. They prepare their food in presence of sunlight, water. Water is absorbed by the root. Water, sunlight, chlorophyll, carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is taken from its surrounding, and in exchange it gives out oxygen. So children, this is the process in which plant prepares its own food. That is, plant prepares its own food in presence of chlorophyll, sunlight, carbon dioxide, and water. So it prepares its food on its leaf. That is why leaves are also called as the kitchen of the plant. So children, as we studied living things, plants, animals, and human beings. All these three are the example of living beings. But only plants are the one which can prepare their own food. And animals and plants, animals and human beings both depends upon on these plants for their food. So these plants prepare their food in presence of chlorophyll, water, carbon dioxide, sunlight, and the whole process is called photosynthesis. So children, the leaves prepare food with the help of sunlight, water, carbon dioxide, chlorophyll, and the whole process is called photosynthesis. The process by which the plant prepare its food on the leaf in presence of carbon dioxide, chlorophyll, sunlight, and water is called photosynthesis. This is the process in which plants prepare the food, and some part of the food are used by the plants in their growth, and remaining parts are stored in different parts of the plant. In case of some plants, it is stored in stem, in some it is stored in roots, in some it is stored in flower, fruit, leaves, and these parts of the plants are eaten by animals and human beings. So children, this is all for today. In our next slide, we will be discussing photosynthesis in brief. Thank you, children. So children, in our next video, we will be discussing photosynthesis once again along with the figure in detail.